All right, what's up, y'all? It's Willie here, and sorry, I got to adjust my headset. Okay, so we're going to talk about skill points, stat points, how to get them. I don't think that's something I really touched on too much. I think I've talked about it in the past, um, but whatever. We're going to talk about it now. So, I, I like if you've been a long time viewer of the channel, um, or you've watched anything that I've done in the past, I always show the skill points and stuff, right? So I think when I first started, I had like a little over 400 or something like that. Um, and so I don't necessarily go out of my way to grind them very hard, but when I do try to stack them up back to back, get like 10 at a time. So I think right now we're sitting at 631. It's pretty decent. Um, Obviously, there are a lot of ways to get skill points. Now, the most common, especially if you're new or you're just working on an alt or you're returning or whatever the case, just running content, right? You're going to just be getting a lot of feats, um, just doing stuff in the game, just like accidentally getting feats, right? And of course, if you see people in LFG shouting for specific feats, go ahead and join them. Jump in there, grind it out. That's like the main thing that you can do. You got to put in the work, but you can still be smart. You can still work the system. Now, when it comes to episodes, there are a lot of easy feats, right? Like you can see these right here. Um, you can go and get these. Now, I still got to do these, but you can see I've been working on them. I've got one more to go on this one, and I got a 3-star feat. Okay, that's gonna push me up a little bit. Um, but when you go down, there's a lot of easy feats like this in the open world where you do a certain amount of things, right? Or you kill bosses and bounties a certain amount of times. You can join the spams, especially if you're on like USPS PC. You see people in LG shouting for them periodically. Go out there and join them. Obviously, that stuff gets boring after about an hour, but you can really chip away at it and grab a couple of uh, feats out of it. But alternatively, you can also just go out there and do it once a day whenever you do play. If you play every day, if you play, 2 or 3 times a week, whenever you get on, just go out to these open worlds and, see if anybody's doing the bounty, jump in and get a kill, chip away at it over time. Now, those are things that you can do here and there, right? Um, but the biggest thing is playing the broker. Now, people will come in here and say, sell collections, open time capsules. That's all good and well. But the problem with that is it's not really feasible. It's not really ideal. Like, yeah, if you get collections from the time capsule, there are some that you can sell for, hundreds of millions or even a bill. But the reason that they cost that much is because they are so rare. You can open like the Shazam time capsule every day for a year and never get Billy's Tiger backpack, right? It's just at the mercy of RNG. So it's not feasible. What we want to focus on is getting money consistently, right? So like I'm gonna talk to you about making, like 5 to 10 mil a day, right? Doesn't sound like a lot, but that adds up because when you start to go and look at, let's say, time capsules, right? So we want to really focus on getting things like the enhanced emblems, the enhanced styles, and these range in prices, right? Like a lot of these enhanced styles, most of them will, be a couple 100,000, maybe a mil. Um, a lot of these emblems, these enhanced emblems, they'll sell for the same price: 500,000, 1 mil, 2 mil, 3 mil. So when you're going through and you're isolating time capsules and you're just focusing on knocking them out, um, you will come across some of them that will be like 20, 30 mil. Stay away from those. Make those your last purchase out of that time capsule section. You want to really try to jump on the cheaper ones, right? So if you go through and you get all these emblems and you're buying them at like 2 to 3 mil a piece, and then you get to the last one that you need, and that thing's like 30 mil, don't worry about it. Come back to it. Move on to the next time capsule. There's no rush. You want to get the most bang for your buck. Okay, so here's what I do, guys. Everything that you get when you're cleaning your inventory, sell it. So you can see I sold this, just like this flat screen Fortress static, 55,000, right? Flat screen conduct, 23,000. Bat signal, 99,000. So on and so on, right? Like it just Art Deco. You can see that I sold that. And I sold this thing for 3.2 mil, right? Like some of these base items do sell pretty well, and sometimes they sell like trash, but hey, these trash prices add up. You know what I mean? And so if you go in and you put like 10 trash listings for 99,000, that's a mil in your pocket, right? Uh, Listing multiple things of like 23,000, 55,000, 65,000, 75,000. Those are my most common prices that I list something at. Like I have a set standard of what I'm going to sell something at, and then I will continuously sell those same pieces at those same prices over and over and over again. And so it doesn't sound like a lot, but this stuff adds up over time. So if you are playing throughout the day and you're going to empty your inventory, don't sell it to the vendor. Don't donate it to your league hall, unless you're just in a hurry. Take some time, go to the broker, start searching it up, right? And all you got to do, I don't know what it is on PC, but I'm on PlayStation, so I go here. I'm gonna act like I'm gonna add an item. Let's say I'm going to add these pristine exobytes. So I'll highlight it, and then I'm gonna press triangle, right? And you can see here, two of them are going for 666,000. Now I got three. So I could actually bump it up a little bit to like 725. But I really don't need the money. So I'm just going to list mine 500,000. Okay. Whether that sells or not, it depends, right? I can tell you like stuff will always sell better and at a higher price in the evening compared to the morning. Like if you had an imbued spalling, that you get for the catalyst for the back, typically like early in the morning when I tend to play, this stuff will sell for like 100,000, right? But in the evening, it'll sell for 300,000. Okay, so like I said, this stuff adds up. Okay, now obviously not all these base items will be selling for those kind of prices. 25, 50, 100,000. Some of them, especially like the Dakota City stuff, does not sell. That you can just trash, right? Or you can just put it in for something cheap, like 2,300, whatever. Just get it out of your inventory. But you really will start to learn what does and doesn't sell. And not everything will always sell. Sometimes it'll come back, right? Like if I go over here, I have a few things that expired, right? That's okay. What I will do is I'll take it and I will go and I will list it again. And I will just change the price at what I'm listing it for. So that looks like it's not even worth listing. We got this dimensional ship selling for 124,000. I'm going to put mine in for 99. Okay. The table, it's not listed. I'm going to put this in for 325,000. We're just going to take a shot at it, right? Because the Art Deco stuff did seem to be selling well, as you can see. What we looked at it earlier, I was selling the sofas for 3.2 mil. So always check your base items is what I'm saying. But a lot of what I sell are exobytes as well. You can see how these can add up very quickly, just breaking down your gear. They can really put some money in your pocket over time. Every day, you can make a few mil just off of these right here. So if we're between episodes, and you're, little metagenes, your small augments are maxed out, there's no reason to hold on to this stuff. You really don't need to start stacking it until like the month before the next episode comes out. So every day, just break them down, stick them in the broker, make you some money. Easy, easy money. The higher they are, the more they'll sell for. And when new episodes launch, um, make sure that you have a trash alt that you can hop on, do the dailies. All you need to do is just the dailies. And when you get these OP item catalyst and augment catalyst, you can sell those. Don't worry about maxing out your OP items. Don't worry about um, maxing out your augments right off the bat. There's no rush on this, guys. You're going to have about 4 or 5 months before the next episode once this one comes out, right? But when those OP items and catalysts pop off um, at the beginning of a new episode, they sell big, big money, right? Like the maiden waxing things or the Crohn's things, right? Like the maiden ones were selling for like 3 to 5 mil a piece on the new episode. So I had a trash alt that's what I did. That's all he did. I would do the dailies on him, and then I would just sell his stuff in the broker. Didn't bother sending it to my main or anywhere else. I just sold it. Didn't give it away. I made money. I stacked up. Um, and that's the best thing that you can do. So the reason we're talking about making money is because you want to go through and get style. So obviously, like I said, there are a lot of content related feats that you will focus on. Just isolate by episode and go through them, right? Get all the open world ones that you can. You know, take a couple of hours one day to just focus on doing that. Chip away at them over time. Um, in the meantime, the time capsules is where you want to look. So if we go through and we look at enhanced, right, we're just going to search enhanced. We're going to go to price ascending. We're going to go to styles. And we'll just go through for the emblems, right? So you want to find the ones related for the time capsule. And you can always search specific ones, right? That are actually related. So let's do this actually. Let's go to feats, time capsules. We'll just pick like a random thing here, right? So we're gonna go to oracles. So let's say I was looking at the enhanced huntress emblem. Let's see if one's in here. 7.9 mil. That's not bad. We would go for that one, obviously. But a lot of these would be around that price, maybe a little bit cheaper. Obviously, the newer they are, the less they're going to sell for after a couple of weeks. Flashpoint, let's go ahead and check these out, right? Looks like I still need the enhanced blackout emblem. So let's look at that Aquaman one, right? It's not in there. Okay. It is in there. Okay, 6 mil. Okay, so like I said, when you are selling trash items like this, oh, we got to change it to price ascending. If I can actually select the right thing. So look, 2.8 mil for this one, 2.9 mil for this one, 3 mil for this one. These things are cheap, guys. I know that might sound like a lot to some of you, but if you follow what I'm telling you and you're selling these trash items for, 23,000, 25,000, 55,000, 99,000, 125,000, that adds up. You will log on every day and have, anywhere from 3 to 10 mil. And I know people will come in here and be like, "Oh, I've got billions." Nobody cares. Nobody is an LFG asking what the size of your bank account is. Okay, this is trying to be realistic and trying to make money for the trash items in your inventory that will in turn benefit you to ramp up your stat points, right? So I'm not going to tell you go into the broker and start buying stuff without telling you how to do that, which is why we're talking about that now. Okay, um, and that's what you would want to focus on is the enhanced emblems, the enhanced styles from the time capsule. Like if you go through and you look at um, the total tool time set, or sorry, total tool set. So we got all the emblems there. Um, and when you buy the enhanced gear, you get feats off this stuff. You know what I mean? I wonder if this is in there. But anyways, you can see I already sold this for 500,000. You know, it popped up earlier while we were sitting here talking. So easy money, guys. Easy, easy money. Like I said, it doesn't seem like it's a lot. It doesn't sound like it's a lot when you start talking about listing, this stuff for 55,000 or 99,000. But if you're putting multiple listings at that price, it adds up. Every day you log on, you'll have millions just flowing in, just like doing nothing. And of course, when you're opening time capsules and stuff like that, um, you will get those additional emblems. So if you already collected them, well, now you can get your money back on it by then in turn putting it back onto the broker and selling it. I do that quite often. You know what I mean? Um, and that's pretty much it. Um, like I said, it doesn't matter the size of your bank account in the game. Nobody really cares. I talk about this all the time. I never go out of my way to stack money. Like, who am I flexing on? I've got all the mats I want. I've got all the ores that I want. I've got the best ones in the game. Um, I don't need anything. The only thing I'm working on is focusing on additional feats that I need from these time capsules. And now I'm ahead of the game. It's not a lot of money, but 336 million ain't nothing to scoff at. So when the new time capsule comes out, guess what? I'm not spending any money on it, but I will for sure go into the broker and buy all those enhanced emblems. And I may spend anywhere from like 50 to 100 mil doing that, getting all these styles, but I will have all the feats out of it that I need, and that will give me a couple of skill points out of it, and we'll bump up. You know what I mean? So you got to be smart, and you just have to be proactive. But that's the easiest way that I can tell you guys to realistically make some money. So, like I said, I expect people to come in and talk about in the comments how much money they got and stuff like that. That's fine, but nobody wants to sit in trade chat all day long trying to sell some overpriced item when you could easily be making millions just selling trash items in the broker. It just makes sense. And the more you do it, the better you'll get at it, the more you'll start to learn how the market works. Uh, it's the same principle I applied when I jumped on Xbox for a while. Uh, last year, I think. I went in with a character that I had played on in like 2016, and you didn't even have artifacts. But I, made 10 mil on Xbox from nothing um, in like 3 days. So, and Xbox economy is nowhere as bad as the PlayStation PC economy. So, all I'm really saying is just sell everything in the broker, everything. And of course, accessories that you buy from episode vendors, collect those. The hairstyles, collect those. You get feats out of those. Make sure something is a feat before you spend marks or money on it. And then once you bought it for yourself, you can then in turn sell it on to the broker. And also, every day, go in, run the new Apocalypse Elite Duo. So why you see me running it all the time. I know quite a few of you have ran into me in there. You get the Alfred box to drop occasionally. You know, it's a toss up if you're going to actually get it, but if you get it, that thing can range from anywhere to 20, 30 mil, sometimes a little bit lower, but it's easy money, guys, for just a few minutes worth of work, right? So I hope this is, of benefit to some people. I know a lot of new players, who are like, oh, I've only got like 300,000. Well, now you know how to get that money. You make that in just logging in. That ain't nothing. Um, if you have any additional tips that you want to share with the community, drop them in the comments down below. If you found something informative out of this, hey, consider giving me a like. Otherwise, if you're new to the channel, as always, consider sticking around. Uh, if not, it's cool. I get it. And if you're a returning viewer, as always, I appreciate it. We've crushed 1K subscribers, which is never really my goal. I'm just here to talk about the game, right? But in any case, I appreciate you guys. Um, I will catch you next time. Willie out. Stay frosty. Peace.